Our group has conducted an online meeting with one of our friends from an Asian country, which is the Philippines. The goal of this meeting is to learn more in depth on Asian country history and to learn more about their country, such as their culture, demographics, and so much more. We had sent her an email as a formality to invite her to our meeting, in which we had asked her to provide us with her profile. Her profile is now being shown on the screen. Without further ado, let's get started on the online forum.
Firstly, I would like to express our gratitude that you could join us for our meeting today. How are you feeling today?
Hi, I'm doing okay. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear that you're doing okay. Can you tell us a bit about yourself?
So, I'm Michaela Venice. I'm 17 and I'm from the Philippines.
Thank you so much. Before we start, I would like to introduce ourselves beforehand. My name is Alicia.
My name is Shayan.
My name is Alina.
So my name is Hazwan.
All right, then we have Nadira. And lastly, we have.
My name is Sumaira.
All right, thank you so much, everyone.
So, Michaela, we all know that the Philippines is a beautiful tropical country of Southeast Asia. Can you tell us a little overview of your country?
Of course, the Philippines is a country in Southeast Asia in the Western Pacific Ocean. It is an archipelago made out of 7,100 islands located in Southeast Asia's main water bodies, such as the South China Sea, Philippine Sea, Sulu Sea, Celebes Sea, and Luzon Strait. Our proximate countries include Taiwan, Vietnam, and Indonesia. As for our government, it is a republic system with the chief of state and head of government being the president. The Philippines has a mixed economic system that includes a variety of private freedom, combined with centralized economic planning and government regulation. The Philippines is a member of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation and the Association of the Southeast Asian Nations.
That was so informative. Thank you so much for that. So, we all know that Asia is full of diverse groups of people that are united by their own common ethnicity and also language. And each part of Asia has its own wildly different cultures, countries, and also climates. I think I could spend my whole life just talking about every single unique group in Asia. But can you tell me the demographics of the Philippines by its ethnic groups?
The majority of the people in the Philippines are of Austronesian descent who migrated from Taiwan during the Iron Age. They are called ethnic Filipinos. The largest Filipino ethnic groups include the Tagalog, Cebuano, Ilocano, Bicolano, Kapampangan, Maranao, Maguindanao, and Tausug.
Wow, that's a lot. And might I ask what ethnicity you are?
I'm Filipino and part of the Tagalog ethnic group.
I see. My next question for you is about the religions in the Philippines. Could you describe and explain some of the religions that people in the Philippines practice?
The Philippines is the only country in Asia in which Christianity is the national religion. This is probably the result of the Spanish Catholic reign in the Philippines for more than 300 years. Religion so plays a central role in the lives of most Filipinos. More than 90% of Filipinos are Christians. The major Christian denominations are such as Roman Catholic, Evangelical, Iglesia ni Cristo, and Aglipayan. There are other Christian groups including Protestant, Baptist, Pentecostal, Anglican, Orthodox, Methodist, and Seventh-day Adventists. In addition to the Christian majority, there is around 5% Muslim minority concentrated on the southern islands of Mindanao, Sulu, and Palawan.
Thank you so much for that. And might I ask what religion do you practice? And can you explain a little bit about your religion?
I practice Christianity, which is a religion that stems from the life, teachings, and death of Jesus of Nazareth.
It's so interesting to know about different religions all throughout Asia. Thank you so much for your explanation. And I know that the Philippines is a place with an incredibly diverse linguistic landscape. Could you explain to me some of the official languages spoken in your country?
The Philippines currently have 183 live languages, the vast majority of which are indigenous or regional. Filipino and English are the Philippines' two official languages. Filipino, the standardized form of Tagalog, is the national language and used in formal education throughout the country. Other major languages in the Philippines are Cebuano or Bisaya, Ilocano, and Hiligaynon or Ilonggo.
Oh, wow. And what languages do you speak, Michaela?
I unfortunately only speak Tagalog and English, but I know a few phrases of Cebuano and Ilonggo due to knowing friends who speak those languages.
Interesting. I think that is all from me today. Thank you so much for answering my questions. You've been a really great help. I'll pass on to my team member Yiher now.
Alright, hi Michaela, nice to meet you here.
Hi, it's really nice to meet you too.
Okay, I have some question here about the formation of the Philippines. May I know which civilization was involved in the formation of the Philippines throughout the history?
The formation of the Philippines as a nation is influenced by various civilizations throughout history. I'm sorry that it is quite challenging for me to provide an exact number, but I can list out some of the significant influences. Several key civilizations and cultures have contributed to shaping the Philippines as we know it today. There are numerous civilizations that contributed to the formation of the Philippines through their culture, linguistic, religious, and political influences. For example, Malay civilization, Spanish colonial era, Chinese influence, American period, Japanese occupation, and the like.
Oh, I see. It seems so interesting. Can you further explain about how Malay civilization contribute to the formation of the Philippines?
Okay, so basically, Malay civilization played an important role in the formation of the Philippines. Firstly, the Malay civilization brought its language, which belongs to the Austronesian language family, to the Philippines. The Malay language, which we all know as Bahasa Melayu, influenced the development of Filipino languages and dialects, especially in coastal areas. The Malays also brought cultural practices such as their agricultural techniques, weaving, boat building skills, and culinary traditions, which had a lasting impact on Philippine culture. Apart from that, the Islamic influence towards the Philippines is very huge too, due to the spread of Islam by Arab and Indian Muslim traders to Southeast Asia reached the Philippines through the Malay civilization. The Sultanate of Sulu and other Islamic sultanates in the southern Philippines emerged, incorporating Islamic practices into their society and governance. Hence, Islam continues to be a significant religion in the southern region of the country. Lastly, the Malays brought their cultural and artistic expressions too, such as dance, music, visual arts, literature, and so on to the Philippines. Traditional Malay music and dance forms such as the Kulintang ensemble and the Singkil dance have influenced indigenous Filipino performing arts and continue to be performed today. The Malay civilization, along with other influences, has contributed to the diverse cultural fabric of the Philippines.
Amazing! How about the contribution from the Spanish colonial era in the Philippines? Seems like they have influenced the Philippines a lot too.
Yes, the Spanish colonization of the Philippines began in 1565 when the explorer established the first permanent Spanish settlement in Cebu. The explorer is also known as Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. Firstly, they contributed by constructing fortifications in order to protect their newly acquired territories from raids by pirates and other foreign powers back in those days. The Spanish constructed numerous fortifications throughout the archipelago. Fort Santiago in Manila and Fort San Pedro in Cebu are notable examples of such structures. Furthermore, during the Spanish colonial era, the Spanish language has heavily influenced the Philippine languages. Spanish became the language of administration, education, and religion. As a result, many Spanish loanwords were incorporated into local languages, and Spanish-based Creole languages, like Chavacano, emerged in some regions. The Spanish colonial era in the Philippines left a long-lasting impact on the country's culture, language, religion, and political landscape. In this day and age, many aspects of Spanish influence are still evident in the Philippines.
Alright, that's all from me. Thank you for all the informative knowledge. Now move on to my groupmate Elena.
Hi, Michaela. It's a pleasure to get to know you and also to get to learn more about your country. So, may I ask, what was your country like before colonization?
The Philippine civilization emerged from one of the earliest empires, Srivijaya, that originated from Sumatra, Indonesia. There was no authority or government. Instead, local kingdoms emerged in response to local experiences and circumstances.
What about the social classes? Because in Malaysia, the local leaders are always on the top of the hierarchy chain. So, is it similar in the Philippines?
We had four major social classes. The rulers were known as Datu, the warriors called Maharlika, the freemen known as Timawa, and the lowest class Alipin slaves. Social status can be improved by marriage, or a slave could buy his freedom by obtaining gold. There are also reports of Datu falling from a high rank because of his poor leadership, which caused his followers to abandon him. In most aspects of life, pre-colonial women in the Philippines enjoyed the same rights, privileges, and opportunities as did men. In fact, my grandmother told me that the females used to be in charge of the finance and contracts, and merchants needed the signatures of females on contracts as they were proven to be reliable. However, Spaniard colonizers only discussed terms of settlement through males. This caused females who used to hold high positions to be stripped from their positions and authority. Also, our civilization was so advanced that we had our own writing system known as Baybayin. It is believed to be one of indigenous alphabets in Asia that originated from the Sanskrit of ancient India and is composed of 17 symbols. Unfortunately, when the Spanish arrived, they destroyed many manuscripts as they wanted to propagate the Catholic religion.
Wow, so we can see that the natives actually lived in harmony and peace. But based on a book that I read, the Philippines gained independence on July 4th, 1946, right? So since that was a long time ago, are there still any effects of colonization that can still be felt to this day?
Unfortunately, the arrival of Spaniards to the Philippines caused many of our indigenous cultures and traditions to be lost. As Spaniards wanted to spread the religion of Catholicism, many Filipinos were forced to convert to their religion. Thus, many of the new generation Filipinos have lost their national identity. Other than that, many of the colonizers mistreated the natives. They were violent and aggressive towards natives who disobeyed their orders.
That's really awful to hear about how they were mistreated. So I really hope that the people of the Philippines can start to heal from all the negative effects that the colonization brought upon them. Again, I want to thank you for telling us so much about your beautiful country. And that's all the questions I have. So I'm going to be passing it over to my teammate Nadira.
Hi Michaela, it's nice to meet you. I want to ask what cultural diversity such as clothing and cuisine can be found in Philippines.
The culture of the Philippines is very diverse. This is due to the colorful combination of different nations with our country. Its culture is reflected by the complexity of the history of the Philippines through the blending of pre-Hispanic, indigenous, Austronesian civilizations. There are a number of countries that have influenced Philippine cultures such as Spain, United States, China, India, and the Arabs. The influences of these countries are visible in the various practices of the Filipinos up to the present. The Spaniards brought the Spanish language, Catholicism, and other religious celebrations such as fiestas. The American influence is evident in the use of the English language and the presence of contemporary pop culture such as fast food, music, movies, basketball, and media. The Arab and Indians brought Islam to the southernmost island of the Philippines along with their own custom and traditions. The Chinese brought trade and commerce to the country as well as their affirmation of the importance of respect and family. Filipino cuisine reflects on the country's history and geographical influences. It is a fusion of Malay, Spanish, Chinese, and American flavors. Signature dishes such as adobo, sinigang, lechon, halo-halo, and balot are internationally recognized and loved.
Wow, that sounds really interesting. I didn't know Malaysia and Philippines had so many common things as neighboring countries. So, as we know, Malaysia is well known for its diversity. So, to know more about it, can you share with us what kind of festival that are celebrated in the Philippines?
Filipinos are known for their vibrant and colorful festivals celebrated through the year. These festivals showcase the country's religious devotion, historical events, agricultural heritage, and cultural traditions. Some famous festivals include Sinulog, Ati-Atihan, Panagbenga, and Pahiyas.
I'm really impressed with the type of festivals that are celebrated in Philippines, which actually makes me want to go there.
Okay, so moving on. Hi Michaela, my name is Hazwan and you can call me Haz. So as per research, it stated that a country's popularity and attractiveness is actually evaluated based on, just like we discussed, its diversity and cultural aspect, and the other aspect that is important as the culture is for sure the development of the country. So the more developed the country is, so the more well known it is among the other countries. Yeah, we can say that. And I came to know that Philippines is actually famous for its tech education and innovation programs. Would you mind sharing with us, Michaela, what is the objective of tech education and innovation programs in the Philippines?
The project aims to improve the content of technology curriculums in schools, fund research and publication in technological developments, and explore other activities that will support the adoption of this technology in academic institutions. More innovative countries have a significant advantage in today's rapid and ever-changing global economy. They attract talent and investment and create high-paying jobs contributing to economic growth and development. This also promotes competitiveness, productivity, and quality of life. Other than that, we can identify and find remedies to tackle major environmental constraints. We also can expand and support educational opportunities for people around the world, especially the neglected sections of the community, and manage the entire educational system starting from planning to execution, implementation, and evaluation. No wonder if I'm not mistaken, our country, Philippines, is among champion in the esport world and most of the technology competitive in worldwide.
Okay, wow, that's such a good motive and organized objective. It's really impressive to hear that. To better understand it, can you tell us what is an example of technology innovation in the Philippines?
Okay, so there are three innovations that I know. The creation of a technology that changes wastewater to fertilizer, the upgrading of access to inexpensive clean water, and a comprehensive way that enhances the lives of disadvantaged urban communities. Number two, plant-derived active ingredients for pharmaceuticals. The Philippines Council for Health Research and Development, through its Tuklas Lunas program, has discovered 18 active ingredients in local plants that could be used for drugs and other pharmaceutical products. Under PCHRD's Tuklas Lunas program, the Philippines is set to unveil the world's first anti-dengue drug. Number 3, Robotics for Physical Rehabilitation, Agapay and Tayo. Also under PCHRD's project, Agapay and Tayo are robotics and artificial intelligence assisted technologies meant to assist injured in their journey towards recovery.
Wow, it's really amazing to know the technological innovation happening in Philippines. Thank you for enlightening me with this knowledge, Michaela. Okay, so I would like to pass to the next panel, which is Humaira.
Hello, Michaela. It's a pleasure to meet you. So, we are all well aware that every Asian country has their own issues at hand, be it political, economical, or social. So, would you mind explaining and educating us on what are the biggest issues and challenges faced by the Philippines?
The first issue that I can think of is the COVID-19 pandemic that peaked in 2020.
Oh God, I remember it all too well. It was all chaos when we first found out about the outbreak, but I believe that the governments in the Asian countries have done a very good job in handling the situation and curbing the spread of the disease. So, might I ask you, how did the pandemic affect the Philippines, and how did the authorities in your country respond to it?
I'm sure that the COVID pandemic had taken a heavy toll in many countries. In the Philippines, there were severe loss of income and job opportunities in the rural areas and poor communities here. This, furthermore, caused lack of income opportunities and reduction of pay, thus causing insufficient food supply, deteriorating health status, sanitation problems, and nutrition issues. When the outbreak occurred, the Philippine authorities imposed a strict quarantine regulations nationwide. There were also an age-based restriction where those under 18 and over 65 years old are banned from leaving their residential premises. All the schools in the Philippines were also closed during the pandemic. They also started the vaccination program in November right away after the restrictions eased in October.
I understand that is relatable as we also have similar quarantine regulations here in Malaysia as the pandemic occur. Let's just hope that this traumatizing event where many have lost their lives, jobs, and homes will not happen again anywhere in the world. So my next question to you, Michaela, would be, how do you think would the Philippines be affected by the issue of unemployment and global economic recession that is happening all around the globe?
As much as I don't want this to happen, but let's be real, many Filipinos may lose their jobs and live in poverty due to the global recession. As an exporter, we would be badly affected if the top buyers of our exports, such as the United States, China, and Japan, suffer from the recession. This may then result in the country not being able to purchase necessary import goods. Given that our country on its own is not entirely capable of producing primary agricultural commodities, buying imported goods is the way to add to the supply in the local market. Since we are still recovering from the economical impact from the COVID-19 pandemic, followed by the ever-increasing inflation rate, we cannot afford a global recession as this may take a heavy toll on the people living in the Philippines in all sorts of ways.
I totally see where you're coming from, and I could not agree more. I truly believe that every government should have a good crisis response and management, a great decision-making ability, as well as a strategic vision on economic development to prevent further economic collapse when crises like global financial recession occur. So yeah, that is all the questions I have for you, Michaela. I really appreciate you spending your precious time with us and entertaining our questions. Thank you so much.
I feel like we all learned so much in this meeting. Studying the culturally and also the historically diverse areas of Asia has really provided me with opportunities to discover new global perspective and also encourage my own personal growth. It was so interesting to learn where people came from, what their traditions are, and also what they struggle with as a community. I hope to visit your beautiful country in the near future. Thank you so much for joining us today, Michaela. I hope you have a tremendous day ahead.
Thank you so much for having me today. just keep in touch if you have any more questions, and I hope that you guys have a good day.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Thank you, Michaela.
Thank you, Michaela.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.